You're listening to The Angry Designer, where we cut through the industry bull to help frustrated graphic designers survive and thrive.
What's up, Shawn? It's only the beginning of the week.
I know. It's one of those weird situations where
right?
we don't have miles of week across our face.
But it feels like it a lot.
I know. It's been a tough couple of days.
Wow. You're like, we're not even halfway through the week, and it's pretty bad. I think we've earned this drink. This is like the first drink I've had since the weekend.
What do we have here?
So this is something interesting. This is called Rabbit Hole.
Oh.
This is a Kentucky straight bourbon. Check that bad thing out, man. That's awesome. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I never tried this. I grabbed this a couple weeks ago when we went to a soccer tournament in Barrie.
Oh.
Okay. And I was just like, all of a sudden it was just like, whoa, what is this? I haven't. So it's called Rabbit Hole by Cave Hill. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon.
Nice.
Okay. It's got a 4-grain triple malt, which means there's a lot of shit going on in this one. Okay. But the part that scares me the most, right?
Yeah. Does it make you go blind?
4-grain triple malt. That really messes with you, right? But no, the part that's going to make us go blind is it's 47.5%.
Fuck. Are you serious?
Know, right? So we got to
God,
take it easy on this one, right?
We'll have to.
But I mean, I saw this logo. I thought it was brilliant. Like, I mean, it was just cool. It's
sexy package.
It is. It's kind of cool. It's got something here that looks like a little loony, but it's not, right? So there's a lot to this. So I give the bottle like a 7, 8, 9 out of 10.
That's a total
It's even
solid.
got like a little rabbit. See that?
Yeah.
The rabbit, it wraps around the side. So you know they're not using some third party, bottle here that's just being rewashed week after week. So let's try.
All right, let's give it a
Kind of
whirl.
excited because I thought this was really cool looking.
Cheers. Let's give her a
Cheers,
sniff.
my friend. Oh, it smells nice, but it smells strong.
Yeah.
It smells really good.
Wow.
Ooh. Again, you're right.
Ooh.
It's strong,
It is.
but it's got like I taste like a little minty cinnamon. Oh no, that's just strong. That just keeps going.
That's strong. Yeah, it's good though. But you're right. It's cinnamon. I can taste the cinnamon.
You can taste it? I don't even know if it's got cinnamon in it. But I mean, again, there's something unique here.
Yeah.
So it's 70% corn, 10% malted wheat, 10% barley, and 10% honey malted barley. Honey. Maybe that's what we're tasting.
Because it's sweet, right?
It is sweet. It's sweet. It's strong. It's kind of making, my chest burn a little bit. I think I'm starting to go blind, but, that could be the higher alcohol content. I know the Canadian mentions that.
Yeah, then
Be worried.
That's right. We're not going to walk by any open flames or anything like that. Actually, Canada's burning. We better be careful, man.
Unfortunately, everybody who I talk to, all of our American customers, first thing they do is like, what the hell
what
are
are you
you
doing
sending
up
our
there?"
way? We don't have a giant national defense budget, but we have a hell of a lot of forest. And apparently we just send smoke everybody's way, right? We'll smoke them out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Get your barbecue. Get your meat out on the fucking clothesline. You'll get a.
If anybody wants to invade Canada, the first thing we do is run with our lighters to the bushes. To the bushes.
Light her up.
Oh my God! Really, we shouldn't make fun of that though, because it's a pretty serious situation.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
But now we've got this ode to campfire everywhere you go, right?
Everything is smelled. Yeah, you know that when you come back from like a long weekend, the May 2/4, you're camping, something like that. Your clothes smell like firewood.
What the
Like
whole
every day smells like that for 2 weeks.
Oh that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But that's really good. I do like that. Have you had the second sip? Try the second sip.
okay.
It's much nicer than the first.
Yeah, it's not burning the same as much, but that is definitely strong, isn't it?
That's got a kick to it.
I won't be sneaking that after hours. That's for sure. All right.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Shawn.
Yes, Mr. Maz.
So let me tell you what I read the other day.
Okay.
And
okay.
And this kind of goes back to our topic earlier. I as I regularly do, I was on Reddit, right? And I like reading what everybody's kind of going on about, bitching about, or not bitching about, or just in general talking about, right? And there's a lot of shit going on right now out there. But this one caught my eye because this was like the whole design community attacked this poor person.
no.
Okay, so this girl, she I'm assuming she was a girl based on what she was saying, because she threw men under the bus for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Kind of weird, but whatever, right?
Fair,
And but
fair.
it really had nothing to do with it. She made a comment that was like, "How am I ever going to be recognized as a successful designer if my agency doesn't send me to the cans?" Or cons, or however the hell
Yeah,
that's
whatever.
the creativity advertising award show, that
Right.
thing.
Okay.
And at first it was just like, whoa, you don't drop shit like that on something like Reddit, because I mean everybody's either gonna support or attack, and
Yeah.
that's exactly what happened.
Yes.
So first off, a whole bunch of people right away had to just jump on her and be like, "Oh, your poor ego. How are you gonna handle this? Ooh, and well, I'm an executive vice president of creative," and they're like, "And you're complaining?" They're like, "If you're fucking EVP, you pay for your fucking ticket and go." And then everybody's like, "You can't be that good if you're already complaining and you're saying you need to win this. You need to win an award to be successful, right?" So it's just all of a sudden everybody started tearing into her because she was going on as like a crybaby type scenario.
Yeah.
And the response on it was completely the opposite. But the opposite was, number one, everybody was picking on her.
Yes.
Saying, "You're an idiot for thinking that way. You don't need a stupid award to make you be successful."
Yes, exactly.
Right. But then all of a sudden there was this whole other slew of conversation that started happening. And it was a whole bunch of people complaining that their agencies participate in these awards all the time.
Oh.
And it sucks. They're going on about it's like the environment's not good, the culture's not good, because they're striving to become this award-winning, and again, and I even remember somebody made the comment, "Oh, well, our agency hasn't ever applied for an award, and we still rock, or we're still good, or whatever." And that one guy was like, "Can I apply at your agency?" Because he was tired of constantly. So it was this whole war of people are saying, "This is what we do. This is what our agency does."
Yeah.
And these other people that are like, "That's stupid." It's like, it seems to me there's these two train
Camps.
of thoughts,
Yeah.
which is like, but it's this constant back and forth. And what blows me away is nobody was ever mentioning about the client in any of this. It was kind of like, this is client work, but you're focusing on this fucking award side. So it's like, I don't understand.
Oh my
like,
God.
Like they're going on and how great it was for the agency, how good it is for designers,
designer.
how great it is for the creative director.
Yeah. Good for me.
Nobody said anything about how good it was for the customer.
Yeah.
Or fucking not good, in my
Yes.
opinion, because according to what that one dude was going on about, it's like a toxic environment, because it's like they're thinking, what do we do to win an award?
Yes,
Let's create an award-winning piece for this customer, this job.
Yes, exactly. And then right then and there, the cart goes before the horse. Right?
It just
You're
feels
designing,
weird, right?
yeah, you're actually working to a goal of getting an award.
Well,
you're not serving the client when you're doing that.
Right. And that's exactly it. It's like there's this whole prestigious illusion, if you want to call it that winning this award that is given to you from your peers.
Yeah.
Makes you a better designer, makes you a more successful designer.
Yeah.
But nowhere in this does it even talk about, did it do anything for the customer? Did it improve their ROI? Did it get them more leads? Did it change perception? Like, it kind of fucking blows me away.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's
a secondary thought, right? To these people.
It's a secondary thought, right? I mean, again, you have to think about your customer and their goal, their objective, right? And then you have to worry about the award part comes second. And I can't say one way or another, but it's like when people are trying to push, the wrong intention. You always have to think of your customer. And this is where this conversation got weird, because it was like, well, does, this initial person went on there saying, how is she going to be considered a successful designer if she doesn't ever get to go to Cannes? Okay. And it's like, oh, poor baby,
come
right?
on.
But at the same time, you're not creating something that's serving your customer.
Yeah.
You're creating something that's serving yourself.
Right.
So does that make you a successful designer, period? Right? Because you kind of failed at the premise of what being a designer is actually all fucking about.
Exactly.
So this is where I was having a real fucking issue with this, because I was just like, you're a crybaby, so shut the hell up. If you are the super important person, you usually just pay for yourself and submit your own shit, right? But it gets so much deeper on that, right? Because it's like, honestly, it's like being an award-winning designer. How is that good for you?
Yeah.
That's not good for the customer, apparently, right? And how is that good for the designer? Does it make them more successful? Amongst their peers, does it make them any more successful than the designers that haven't won awards? Does it make them more money?
Yeah.
Does it make them more popular or better? I don't understand how that.
Let me ask you this. Do you, when you're in the hiring process, or when you're looking for a designer, do you hire award-winning? Would you hire an award?
No. Wow. Good point, right?
Do you care?
No.
Do you care if that person has won an award or
opposite?
You'd rather they didn't.
In our ads. Good point, Shawn. In our ads, when we look for new designers or this or that.
Yeah.
Plain out, if you are an award-winning designer, move on. We're not looking for superstars. We're looking for team players.
Yes,
Plain and simple. And we actually put that in our fucking ad description. 100%. Always. And I remember one person did submit and the award. I'm like, you didn't read our ad, did you? And she's like, oh, no, I did. But in case, you change your mind in the future. I was like, no, obviously you are only thinking of yourself. It's so stupid. But, my concern with this whole thing is that, by people promoting this award-winning mentality or this award-winning metric, of success, right? That fucks up the whole industry, in my opinion.
Yep.
Okay. By saying in order to be successful as a designer, you need to win an award. That's an unrealistic metric of success.
Right. If this kid is thinking that this is how you become a good graphic designer,
and it's like, otherwise I'm nothing.
Yes. If I haven't won an award, I'm not doing a good job. Well, geez, where is that? How is that landing with kids nowadays? Is this being taught?
Right. Do they feel they have to win an award?
Yes.
In order to be, considered it's a necessary thing in the industry to make it, right?
Yeah.
Which sucks because so many kids, everybody apparently wins awards these days, right? Everybody gets a trophy. Fuck. So why not? Right.
Yeah, that's right.
But if they start promoting this as a metric of success, right? Then again, people are going to feel that it's necessary just to be in the industry. It's going to pressure designers to start tailoring their work to win awards,
right?
Not to serve customers.
Exactly.
Okay. Which again, horrible, right? Because by nature, we're designers. We're there to serve our customers. We're solving their problems, right? So that's unnecessary pressure, okay? It's going to fuck people's confidence and self-worth because if they put themselves out there and they lose or they don't even get, any sort of recognition back, right? It's going to impact their self-confidence, their self-worth, right?
You're going to start thinking that I'm not a great designer because I
haven't
never won any awards.
Exactly, right? And again, it's going to impact them and impact people in this industry in the worst ways, right? In all fairness, it fucking creates this popularity contest.
Yes.
Right? Because it's the same type of companies that always win. And not even the same type. The same companies, period.
Really?
Right? And you see year after year after year, it's just like, oh, they won another award. They won another award, right? But half the challenge is just submitting the fucking thing, right? Because it's so expensive to even just drop your one ad, let alone a whole draw, 20, 30, 50 of them, right?
Yeah.
So who even knows?
And of course, the big agencies are going to be paying for this because they can afford this kind of thing, right? Your little Joe Sweatsock freelance guy, he can't get in on this racket.
And that's a huge problem because there's so many small shops and freelancers. They're creating more award-winning work than a lot of the big shops,
this
right?
Is true.
But in order to win an award, you need to have big budgets and work with big clients. Because that is not a good metric of a successful designer.
Yeah.
Right. And so this is my worry about this, right? In my opinion, these awards, these client awards, really aren't that far off from these fucking people on Dribbble that are just creating fake fucking companies and posting it and being like, here's my portfolio and showing fake this, because it's more of a vanity metric than it actually is a success metric, right? It's all about them. It's all about once you figure out how these awards go, you're just more or less gaming the system for your own vanity, for your own ego. These people on Dribbble, they're like, well, I'm going to put 50 of these fake logos out there because they look a hell of a lot better than the actual real logo I had to create for a customer. Because God knows, we got limitations up the fucking ass with that shit.
I know.
Right?
You got to do it one hand handcuffed behind your back, and
right.
blindfolded and figure out how to make a logo great.
Seriously, it's like winning an award. My opinion, it's like vanity. It is a total
it is.
vanity metric. It's
It is.
just to be like, you know, I'm an important designer. I'm an award-winning designer. I am now above other designers
look at
because
me.
I won an award.
I'm
Okay,
gonna wear it around my neck. You know.
like it's not really being a successful designer. It's more so like it gives the illusion of being a successful designer to some, right? Who honestly are obviously lacking in other areas. You know. I don't know.
It's the grown-up version of your mom putting your work on the fridge. Right. It is. And that, for me, that was my motivation when I was a kid.
Yeah, as a kid,
you
right?
You get your artwork up on the fridge and you're like, yeah, damn, that's really cool. But as you know, nowadays when you're growing up, when you're an adult, you got to pay the bills. What the client wants, you've got to make that happen.
Right.
And it's not always the sexiest thing in the world.
Not always the sexiest, but it's also not always the not sexiest.
That's
right.
right.
We create cool shit all the
We
time.
do. That's right.
Would I say it's award winning? Well, I mean, it gets customers incredible return on their investment. You know, it increases their lead gen, right? It's helping develop their brand, which in turn then gives us more work. It's this ongoing effect. I would consider that award winning.
Yeah.
But it's a different kind of metric.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
not like what a lot of these awards, these stupid awards, their whole process goes, right? Okay, so let's talk about how these fucking award things work. Okay.
Okay.
So, and again, let's break this down because I mean, I think it's a hell of a lot easier, right? So, first off, there's an open call or a closed call, if you want, right? That there's an award coming. Open meaning that it's open to the public. Closed that it's just to their membership. So, in order to be part of this club, you got to pay to be part of this club, right? And then you submit your work, okay, with an entry fee. Let's face it, okay? There's no honor. There's an entry fee. It's a pay to play model, okay? Which is stupid. And sometimes the fees are really fucking high, right? Just like you said, like it would eliminate a lot of cool small shops.
Yeah.
Freelancers, right? Because it's just they can't afford to even submit. Because I mean, while to an agency who might be making tens or hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Because they can drop like $1 million and throw everything they fucking have,
right?
But to a smaller shop that might be doing $250,000, $500,000, even $1 million, dropping 10, 20 grand in awards,
That's a lot of money.
entry fees.
Yeah.
And often
You're
you
not
don't
gonna
even
get
get a reason why you didn't win. It's just like, nope. Thanks for your money. Nope. So anyway, open call, you got to submit, you got to pay to play, right? And then fine, right? It really fucks a lot of people up.
Yes.
Number 2, judging. Okay?
Oh,
this shit gets judged.
Yes, by
a
robot or
right.
what? Yeah,
I wish, right? So it gets judged by either experienced, respected, or self-proclaimed industry experts. I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been working in this organization. I'm now a judge. Okay? Like, and the reality is, a lot of these judges are either out of touch because they're these old self-proclaimed experts, but they fucking have no idea how the digital world works because they just sit back and criticize. Or there's these young hot shots, okay, it's like, oh, I created a really cool campaign last year and I won an award, so now I'm judging yours. So it's like their whole fucking 5 years of experience now makes them an expert, which is fucking. So these are the people that are basically judging you. Okay.
Yes.
And then there is this set criteria that they have to judge by. Okay. They score your work with that. Okay. But okay, let's be completely clear about this set criteria. Right. It's completely fucking subjective. What I might think as, aesthetically pleasing or impactful, you might be like, not really. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And again, it's subjective.
Yeah.
So who's right and who's wrong? This is a problem I've always had with people grading graphic design or even art, right? Like you can, because it's a subjective field.
Yes.
Right? These metrics aren't based on does it actually work for the customer? Does it get them leads? No, it's completely subjective. Okay. So this is the judging part, okay? And based on people's culture, based on people's experience or their background, or even what they fucking had for breakfast that morning, their opinions are gonna be different. Again, this is the flaw. It's subjective, okay? And again, you're right. Sometimes the criteria is based on aesthetics, okay? Sometimes it's effectiveness. innovation, relevance, right? There's no standardized metric here, right? So again, they're just throwing out all these awesome, well, we feel our organization stands behind these metrics. Okay, fine, make them up, do whatever you want. But the reality is everything is completely subjective.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever the hell the metrics they want, they're subjective. Very, very, very rarely are these criteria based on the effectiveness of the campaign, the return on it, right? There are some marketing awards that are a little bit more in depth.
Yes.
But a lot of these things, not at all. They're like, do they look cool? Yeah. What's it selling? I don't know, but it looks fucking great. It's innovative. and then, okay, of course, last but not least, then there's the winning and the recognition. Okay. So this is like, the big fancy parties that happen. The awards are handed out. Right? Everybody gets to socialize and mingle. Look at me. Look at my award. Oh, he's so hot right now. She's on fire. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. And then you get this. Okay, so you get all this recognition from your peers. You get these awards from your peers, which then allow you to take and promote yourself against them. Okay, so this is the ironic part. Okay, you're being fucking judged by peers, whether you feel they're deserving or not. Okay, because they're your peers. You win an award, which then you get to prounce all around to all the potential new customers and hold over your peers' fucking heads. But I gave you that award. I was the judge. But I'm the award winner. You know who won? This guy.
That's right.
Right. So, I mean, again, and this is what helps you get new customers in their opinion. So it's just, it's kind of a really flawed system.
Big time.
Right. And it's this horrible circle because then unfortunately you take this award, you go find new customers. Okay. And this is the part that I hate because it's like you're hoodwinking customers.
Yes.
Because now you're like, hey, look, I'm an award winning customer.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then customers are really like, well, he must be a successful designer if he won an award, right? And so then he takes on the new customer and tries to create more award-winning work. It doesn't necessarily work, but it is rewarding. It could get him a new award, right?
Right.
So
chasing
it's
the dragon. This is what happens. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like that's all it's this vicious cycle that once these people start getting, like some agencies are all into that and they're all about resubmit, grab awards, as it's this kind of illusion of success, but it's not really the right kind of success. And it doesn't mean they're a successful agency. Right? A successful agency pays its fucking bills. It gets their customers, work. It gets their customers results, right? It keeps its staff. It keeps its staff happy. It builds a great culture. To me, that's a successful agency.
Big time.
Not this fucking wall of awards and being like, this is how great we are. But everybody's working 12, 14-hour days. They're pissed. They're grumpy, and it's just like, you swear you can hear whips in the background.
And also.
And not the good kind.
And also, you got your eye on Tim because he hasn't fucking won an award yet.
Right?
It's like, I'm
watching you, Tim. Come on, man.
You're sweating because you're like, I gotta win an award, otherwise I can't work here anymore.
Honestly, to me, this just shows that you're successful at fooling people.
That's right.
Right? Because again, I don't necessarily think that this is any sort of metric or anything. It's nothing to be proud of, right?
It's not.
And again, it's like, but people take this shit seriously.
Yes.
And that's the part that worries me.
And but back to your Reddit post.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like are we in two camps here, like half and half maybe, or are predominantly most people piling on this woman for wanting to win an award?
Well, it started first as everybody was like, "Oh, poor baby, go cry." You're saying you're an EVP. You're obviously making good coin. And you're complaining that you're not going to be seen as so. They're basically saying, "Look, you've already fucking
Tough
made
shit.
it up there."
Yes.
Right? You're already, you've got not one person underneath you. You obviously have teams of people underneath you, and you're saying you're not a successful designer because you're not being invited to Cannes and won an award. Like, so I think that was where it started.
Okay.
So everybody was like, shake your fucking head. You're thinking the wrong way.
Yes, totally.
But then it started getting this giant conversation about just in general about how ridiculous a lot of this is.
Yeah.
So, because again, I mean, how it makes you feel like you're successful. Okay. So I guess, an award can make you feel successful if it gives you recognition from your peers.
Right.
Okay. So it's like, hey, look at me, I'm important.
wow.
All my design friends said I'm fucking really cool now because I won an award. Sean's awesome this year. He won an award. He's not just a really good designer. He's an
award-winning designer.
Yeah. So again, that might give you this illusion of success, or visibility and exposure in the industry, right? Maybe this whole, because now I'm more seen and people know me, so it gives me this whole, makes me feel like I'm successful now because now I'm noticed in the industry for winning a fucking award, okay? Or career advancement, okay? Career advance. Oh, listen to that rain, eh?
Is that rain?
Yep, that's right.
Oh shit.
Career advancement.
Yeah.
Right. So again, I guess they would feel successful because they won an award, and they maybe get bumped up, get a bump in salary, maybe a new job or something. Maybe another agency's like, oh, he's an award. We only hire award-winning designers here. Come on over to our team, right?
Yes.
It's not teams, a whole bunch of individual designers.
I'll try to outdo what they did last year. More frosty gradients. If one worked last year, this two will work.
It's gonna work this year. Networking. Maybe it makes them feel like they're successful because now they're a networking event and they're walking around being like, "Hey, I'm the man. Hey, recognize me. I won an award. They think I'm important."
Short of wearing it, how are you gonna?
Fucking man, it's just like he's gonna wear it around his neck, Like, instead of a big ass clock, you wear your big award.
Yes.
See, that works. That works. And another way I guess it makes them feel more successful is because it now all of a sudden they feel they can benchmark against other designers.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, I won an award. Have you? I don't even have to look at your stuff because I won a fucking award. It's kind of ridiculous and maybe it's exaggerated, but the reality is it's like this is that self-importance of winning an award like this, right? Because they're vanity metrics.
Yeah.
They're not actual, success metrics, in my opinion, anyway, right?
And also, too, sorry to interrupt.
No.
But, you're paying for this.
I know, right?
This is called prostitution. You know what I mean? Like you've submitted X amount of dollars, and it's not a cheap fee. This is expensive stuff.
Absolutely,
so you get an award, but literally at what cost?
At what cost, right? Well, if you're entering the con, it's about $20,000 for every entry, right?
Oh my
Like it's stupid. Some of this stuff, right?
Dumb, yeah. And that's money you could have been spending on new equipment or some updated software. Do you know what I mean? Something that's
or putting it back
practical, or putting it back into your business. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Jeez.
So you got there's all these reasons how people are like just these stupid reasons, of course, but why people think it's successful. But none of those reasons, the problem is none of those reasons that make these people, these award-winning designers, feel successful, none of them have to do with the fucking customer. And this is the problem I have with this, because as a designer, okay, we have this fiduciary responsibility to help solve problems for our customers, not for ourselves.
Yes.
And none of those metrics, networking, career advancement, benchmarking, have anything to fucking do with the customer.
Yes.
Right? Which just blows me away, right?
Oh
Customer doesn't get a fucking trophy. Customer doesn't get an award, right? If anything, they just keep getting screwed over and over and over again with this.
Because they look at your work and they're like, what the fuck is this now? What are you doing? It's not what I asked for.
Seriously, the awards in our field are just self-serving vanity metrics, I find, right? Because again, they're basing it on the wrong type of metrics, right? And then what happens is once it starts getting worse and worse, right? People are placing, fashion over function.
Yes. Oh,
right. Like they're worrying about how it looks, not necessarily how, or I guess in our space, it's form over function. Okay. Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Which again, it's like, that's not necessarily going to help solve the customer's problem, right? Their priorities become misaligned a little bit, right? Because now it's like, instead of thinking to yourself, how do I solve a customer's problem? You're thinking, how am I going to win that next award? And shoe-tail that into something that'll work for this customer.
Yes.
It doesn't really work for them all the time, because a lot of the shit that I saw, it was really cool high-level branding type stuff that you see. doesn't fucking solve a problem.
No.
Right?
No.
It's just it's almost like straddles that line of like, dude, I don't even understand what the hell you're trying to tell me here. Looks fucking great.
Looks awesome.
I love that there's a car driving vertically up the side of a building, but I don't understand what that has to do with toothpaste. You know, like again, it's like you start getting into this whole routine, and then you find that you're designing for your peers, not for your customer.
Right.
And that's where I have an issue with this. I mean, there are some really cool fucking shops out there that create amazing work. And, you know, again, they're not looking for awards.
No.
Not from their peers.
No.
But they're looking for accolades from the customers.
Yeah.
They want their customers to be like, you fucking killed it, man.
You guys are awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is what I mean. Like, it's the awards are putting the wrong emphasis on the metrics for what actually is a successful designer. And that's my problem with awards. And this poor girl was a victim of it because she felt she needed to win an award to be recognized by a bunch of probably douchebags.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And in all fairness, if she's an EVP, they're probably literally beneath her. You know what I mean? Like, like she's pretty up there, right?
And that's what everybody was saying. Like, shake your fucking head, girl.
So
right?
You've plateaued. You gone way past that.
Oh, geez, I don't know.
Wow, that's really odd.
It's and I mean, again, I think what happens is we get really wrapped up in this space about, you know, and it's very common, right? Because I've had friends that were like, you know, all about the awards too. And I can't say like, I mean, I never saw eye to eye. We fucking have never submitted for an award ever. We've never submitted customers' work for an award, right? Do you want a little more?
Just a little bit, please.
It's really good stuff though, this
It is.
rabbit hole.
Thank you.
And I don't really care to because I don't really give a shit. And I've always said this from the start, right? If I had, you know, as a kid growing up, you know, my vision of an agency would have been like doing the kind of work that you see coming out of like Lincoln, right? Because I mean, again, it was really cool, it was edgy, it's fun, right?
Yep.
But the reality is, you know, we built an amazing agency, but we serve a market that is not even a possibility. And I'm cool with that, right? So I'm not thinking that in any way that we didn't succeed. We fucking killed it, in my opinion.
Yes, exactly.
And, you know, we're still going strong. So different metrics is what we should be going for, not awards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say, and it's to your point before. It's like we do amazing work here inside of the confines of what our customers give us, right? And some of it is pretty restricting.
Yes,
but other times you're allowed to kind of feel free and go a little bit nuts.
Yes,
you know what I mean. And then you can kind of flex your creative muscle there. But even still, what we're doing is serving the customer.
Exactly.
Which is a fucked up concept.
I know.
Maybe.
For a designer, I don't know how the hell that works. That makes no fucking sense.
I know. But that's what we do, and we make good work.
Absolutely,
that.
right?
And this is your job. That's what you do.
And
That's
we're
what you
doing it day in, day out.
Yes.
You know,
all the time.
We're loving it.
Consistently.
We're
yes.
in the right environment.
Yes.
We're living creative, right?
Yes.
Like, I mean, again, these are the metrics that people need to start thinking about,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
this is where, like, awards are not a metric of a designer's skill. Or if they're successful or not. All right.
Yeah.
So I got a list, right?
Oh.
Client satisfaction.
Ooh.
You want to know if you're a successful designer, right? Look at how fucking happy your customers are, right? Are you getting them the results? Are they happy?
Yeah.
Are they giving you return work, you know, day after day, week after week, month after month, right?
Yeah.
Customer satisfaction should be number one. You know, one of the reasons if you know if you're successful or not, right?
Yep.
The strength of your portfolio. Right. And I know this sounds weird, but I mean, and I don't mean that everything has to look like a fucking $1 million, but what is the breadth of your portfolio? Right. Like if you want to consider yourself a successful designer, look at your portfolio and look at how many different things you've touched, how many different things. If it all looks the same, okay, then maybe broaden it a bit.
Yes.
You know, experiment a little bit more, right? Broaden that portfolio work up, right? That's the kind of metric that maybe you want to, you know, gauge if you're a successful designer or not, right? Skill development and mastery.
There we go.
Right?
This
You want to
real.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is the kind of shit to be a successful designer, right? Don't just half-ass fucking Illustrator.
Yeah, I know it.
I know it.
I know
right?
my way around it.
Don't jump into Canva, grab a template, slap your name on it, and be like, I'm fucking great. No, like learn your craft.
Yes.
Master your fucking craft. Get really, really good at something.
Yep, exactly.
Then you can start feeling successful, right? Because you've earned that shit, right? For the right reasons, right?
Yep.
Impact of your work. Okay. So this impact of your work to a customer's business, to possibly an audience, okay? Like who it's touched, what it's done, the broader, did it solve a problem for anybody, right? This is what I mean by the impact of a work. If you create shit that is getting people results, is making a difference, is catching eyes, changing a movement, that's fucking successful.
You're doing it right.
Right?
Yes.
Professional reputation.
Ah.
Okay, so again, not
That's
a fucking
a good
ego
one.
vanity play, but your
No.
professional reputation.
Yes.
What are people saying about you? Are they saying he's a good designer, or oh yeah, he's helped my company out so much, I can't wait to work with him again, or that guy's a fucking rock star, you got to work with him? Nowhere does it have to say, oh, they're an award-winning designer. I haven't worked with them yet, but maybe someday, once I stop using the guy who actually gets me fucking results on a daily basis, because that's the guy I'm going to stick with.
Yes.
Because I'm getting results, right?
Yes.
So professional rep, and of course, personal satisfaction. You want to consider yourself a successful designer. How satisfied are you at what you're doing? Right? You're fucking designing, right? This is the biggest award that you can get out of all, right? Because you're doing this day in, day out, and you're proud and happy with whatever the fuck it is that you're doing, right? Like again, we get to be creative on a daily basis. I know, right? It's so true.
Awesome.
So
That's an award.
And I mean that alone, if it fills your creative passion, that's all the award you fucking need.
Totally.
You know? So I mean, again, people are oddly, you know, aligning winning awards with, you know, being a successful designer. And I think that mentality has to change.
Yes, big
right?
time.
It really, 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 really does. You know, in my okay, ready? I wrote these two things out. Okay. Okay.
All right.
2 points on being a successful designer.
All right.
Okay. Number one, being a successful designer is a journey, not a destination.
Ooh.
Okay. Success is not determined by a single moment of recognition, but it's the skills that you learn, the problems you solve, and the impact of your work that truly defines you as a successful designer.
Wow.
Okay. Number one.
That's awesome.
Number two, I couldn't decide which one of these was better, so I'm just throwing both of them at you guys, okay? Number two, success is personal.
Yes.
It is personal. It's
Right.
not about the approval of fucking the industry or stupid ass fucking peers who are looking to judge you and use you as a benchmark.
Yeah.
It's about fulfilling your creative vision.
Yeah.
Okay? Satisfying customers and the joy you receive from the journey that you're on, okay? Instead of striving for all this validation externally, focus on your personal and professional growth.
Yes.
To me, those 2 points are what makes a successful designer.
Big time.
Okay.
Yes.
Remember that. And honestly, I think it is such a huge weight off my shoulder.
Yeah.
Right. When it's like, no, we don't do awards. We don't submit shit for awards. We had a customer.
need.
Remember last year when we created the digital, the whole digital market art, the Ciro's job.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is amazing. Everybody loves it. It's fucking outstanding. Are you going to submit it for an award? No.
Wow.
I was just like, no, that's not the kind of agency we
That's
are.
not what we do.
But thank you. What you just said was all the award we needed.
Yes, exactly. If he was so happy that he thought that this fucking thing deserved an award, then yes, our job is done.
Exactly, right? And when it came back and said everybody loved it and this and that, it was just like, good,
Yeah,
done.
that's what we wanted. Yeah. No further questions, Your Honor.
Yeah, right. So true.
Yes,
it's so
exactly.
true.
Yeah, that's great when that happens.
Yeah.
Where did you get those quotes?
Those last two I made myself.
You did not.
I did.
Those are great, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Holy
Thanks.
shit.
Thanks.
That's heavy. Wow.
I know, and I actually wrote them out. Okay, and I'm not going to lie. Those 2 quotes took me about an hour to write, which is why, you know what? I just read them. I was like, I'm not even going to try not to. I was like, no, I don't want to fuck it up. I want to make sure I say it just like this. But again, they're how I feel the closing points. Okay, like obviously, I think this is a really touchy subject for people.
It
right?
is, yes.
And I know that I struggled with it in the sense of sometimes I would meet people who claim they won awards.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was younger, I met other agency owners who were like, "You got to submit for every award, and that makes you. And I was just like, wow, dude, that seems really fucking vain. Like, why are you such a narcissist?
Yeah.
And I was like, am I not? Am I just insecure or not confident enough? And I struggled with it for years. And I was like, no, dude, it's because at the heart, I am truly a fucking designer.
Yes.
And what I do is for customers. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit if these fucking other peers or people who these has-beens are like, your aesthetics are just not what they should be here. I mean, yes, I clearly understand the ad, the offer, the CTA. Thank you, but it's not as cool looking as this over here.
Yeah, which you can't see anything. I don't know what it's talking about. It's a fucking car driving up the side. It's toothpaste. Don't you get it?
No, this one is the hairbrush version, not toothpaste. Sorry.
Oh,
right. See, yes, the
award. You win.
Stamp. Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Well, there's our rant. I haven't had a good rant for a little while.
I know it's been a long time, and awards seem to be a great release for us.
Well, I saw that again. I saw that, and I was just like, it's like I was like, where does this come from?
Exactly.
That somebody feels that they need to win an award. They need to be recognized amongst these people who are nobodies, right? Because again, these people in the panel, they probably don't even know who the hell they are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like so. I don't know, dude.
That's sad. It really is. Like to live your life with that kind of thing hanging over your
I think
head.
so, dude.
And it's like
I couldn't handle that.
Yeah, I couldn't either. It's just, and it's so unnecessary. And it's such a, exactly like you said before, it's a pay for play kind of scenario. And why would anybody want to get involved in something like if somebody came to us and said, we have to give you an award.
Yeah, well, it's just okay.
I'm not paying anything, but it's
right?
like, okay, well, this is the greatest design that was ever created. Sure, it gets an award,
which happens on a daily basis here.
No, this is which one are you talking about? Is what we say first. Oh, that one! Oh, okay. That Tuesday job.
Throw it on the pile over there with the rest. Right.
Yes, you can have that one. Exactly. Oh, but yeah, if you have to go out of your fucking way to win an award, there's something wrong with you. I think.
Doesn't feel like it's worth it.
I don't. Maybe not something wrong with you, but it's like you're not pointed in the right direction.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yep, agreed.
Like exactly like you said, the customer is. You know what I was thinking about when you're talking about that? You seen that meme where the two kids and the mom in the pool, and the one mom's playing with the one kid while the other kid's drowning. It's like I could just see client over top of the kid drowning, and award and designer over the mom.
Brilliant.
That's kind of what it's like, right?
That's
it's
exactly
like your poor
dude.
client is just out here going, "What the fuck are you sending me? This does not work. This is not what I asked for."
Oh, that is so true, right? That's a good. We're gonna use that one on our Friday fun. I'm telling you, you're gonna dig that bad boy up.
Oh, shit. Yeah, this is great. This was really good. Yes.
I enjoyed this. I needed this one. Let me tell you, I needed this one.
Yes.
All right.
Woo.
Okay, everybody.
Right.
I hope that you actually got something out of this. If you were even remotely thinking about this one way or another, drop us a line. Let us know how you feel. It's always fun to hear from you guys. I'm not going to go on and tell you where to reach us, how to find us, who to share us with. You know what to do, all right? We've been doing this now for like 130 plus episodes, and shit, dude, we're just going to keep going for another 130 more. So if you're annoyed now, wait another 130 later, all right?
Yes, when we're talking about awards again.
Awards again.
Because we're so mad at awards.
There'll be AI awards at that time, right?
Shit.
Yeah, sure. Right, another 130. We'll see what the next 2 years look like.
Yeah, you're right.
Scary.
Oh, can you imagine?
No, I don't.
Thank you for this award.
Maybe all these fake awards coming up out of nowhere.
I
want an award. I went to Midjourney and printed my own. Fuck.
Oh, look, here's my print ad award.
Hey, I'll go to an award event and you'll see some guy with the Cannes award. You'll see another one with an Agan award. And then I'll walk in with the world's best fucking designer award. Right beside Shawn, who's going to have the universe best designer award. Beat that, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right. Look at us, man.
What's your Cannes got on this, buddy? Where's the benchmark now?
That's hilarious. Yeah, where did you get that award? I want it.
Just give me your submission,
Yeah,
your
yeah, you
entry
send
fee,
me
and I'll
the-
hook you up, brother.
Yeah, it costs $10,000. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that was awesome.
All right,
Oh
buddy.
my God, funny. Good.
With that being said,
Yes.
my name is Massimo.
And my name is Shawn.
Stay creative.
It's angry. Or it suck.